WZ, 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 the Beezy TV. What's up, Boss Tweezy? It's your boy, Them Beezy, and I'm coming to you here live from the Steezy. And I'm back at it again with another episode of the Jam Skating News. And today I'm coming to you a little bit earlier than usual because I have a show tonight. And when I tell you I completely forgot I was going to miss this stream, you know, I was talking about the stream that I had to move because of rehearsal. But I forgot that show day I wasn't going to be able to do it. Well, I haven't eaten not a lick of food. So I like to say this first and foremost. I will be eating approximately $25 of snacks on stream today. Call time is at 2:45. And it's going to be at the Warner Theater in Chinatown. Let's talk a little bit about it. I'm going to have some videos coming out in a couple days because in addition to the show, we also set a Guinness Book of World Records record for the largest stepping dance ever.
Brothers and sisters. Yes. Brothers and sisters. Yes.
CR, what's happening? I'm C. Brian Williams, founder of Step Africa. We are here at the National Building Museum in Washington, D.C. We're going to try to set a world record. I don't know if we're going to make it or not. We're going to go for it. We got all these teams. We got all the D9 here to try to create the world's largest stepping dance. It's going to be crazy. So, wish us luck.
Hi, good morning. My name is Sarah Casson, and I'm an official adjudicator with Guinness World Records. I'm here at the National Building Museum in Washington, D.C. to adjudicate this official attempt for the largest stepping dance. The number to beat today is 250 participants.
Oh, this is the shot. I'm like right here. No, I'm right here.
And according to the guidelines, everyone must follow the same choreography, must create rhythm with their body, like a standard stepping dance. And we'll have
the kids
witnesses helping me count,
I was
as well as
to the
stewards
side of those
watching
kids.
groups of up to 50 participants and making sure everyone's doing the choreography.
There are going to be 3 different groups, like more of a 3-part confusion type of step. So as you can see, everything that's happening around, we are rehearsing and making sure that we know the choreography and we know the steps and our chants, and that we're all on one accord so that we can break this world record.
I'm here today because Step Africa, step culture is a huge part of black history and black culture here in the United States and around the world. And honestly, I'm here because Step Africa came out of beta chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated through Brian C. Williams, and we got to look out for our frat and support our frat. We're about to set a record.
Deep in my heart. Hey! I love to step. I love to dance. Deep in my heart. I love to step. I love to dance. Deep in my heart. What you want? I love to step. Okay. I love.
Oh yeah, the young boys. This dude nice. This dude right here is nice. He's so extra. I haven't seen a performer this extra since I stopped stepping because hip hop is cool. I'm watching them do the run through for the show tonight. And there's a moment where something sad happens. He walks around the whole stage looking distraught, and sits down and starts shaking in the corner. And then when they get to the next move, he jumps up like, up, got over it. I understand why he got this shot. This me back here. I'm the second dude on the third square. Joe, Gina, Brian. This was a fun video. Well, there's a show tonight, the Step Classic. Well, the funny part, there are 9 fraternities and sororities inside of the Divine Nine. And I'm in the fraternity that was started 9th. That I was, for a long time, it was like the grade 8. Like, for real. Stop. Nah, it's not there. Google can AI that answer. What was the Divine Nine called before? Well, there are less members in that fraternity as a consequence of it being younger than the other fraternities and sororities. Well, okay, that's a tangent. Tangent number 1. Now, tangent number 2, I have to decide what I want to order for lunch. And that's why there will be $20 to $25 of snacks. Quesadillas or hot dogs. But I'm also getting a burrito. See, this sounds crazy. I gotta eat. Like, imagine Riedell versus Vanilla. I'm not just vamping. I promise y'all, I got something for you. And today, it's about to get real. It's about to get real for 2 reasons.
And speaking of that halftime show, there was a Minnesota connection you may not have known about.
Gordon Severson visited Red Wing today to check out the
Put this up here. The boss cam. So, first reason, it's getting real. We are going to be talking about which brand has been more suggested and positively reviewed over time. Additionally, we're going back into the story of the founders. The founders of these 2 companies is completely different. And there is going to be a scandal review. I promise you. We are going to be reviewing a scandal. on the path of Riedell versus Vanilla. And this is going to connect to the Vanilla rebrand. So I want to get it started. Let's talk a little bit about the difference between the marketing in Vanilla and Riedell. One of the cool parts about looking at these companies is they actually have really good marketing, and that's exciting for roller skating. Riedell has a deeper. Riedell is a little bit older than Vanilla, so they're more entrenched inside of the culture. And you can see this in some of the partnerships that they're able to broker. Because at the end of it all, Riedell skates will forever be the roller skate of Usher Raymond in the Super Bowl. That Riedell Super Bowl ad was the next level, because that's like millions, hundreds of millions, at least, possibly billions of people who are now aware of Riedell skates because Usher had a pair of Riedell skates on at the Super Bowl. However, over time, and until Riedell really got that Super Bowl spot, Riedell hasn't always been the leader in competitive skates when it comes to sponsorships, but when it comes to quality and use at the highest level, even when you look at jam skating, there's evidence to say that Riedell skates are more widely used than Vanilla skates because Vanilla has a cap. That's the one thing we got to be real about. The Vanilla cap. The product placement was literally invaluable. In case anybody wonders what I'm reacting to, I want to do better about showing my comments. Google. Trying to get the stuff pulled up real quick. I want to show what I mean by the ceiling when it comes to Vanilla skates. I could just go to the Vanilla site instead of trying to get fancy. The first ceiling that Vanilla has is in the models that Vanilla offers. Until recently, Vanilla was all jam skates, low cut jam skates. Then they started selling rhythm skates, and their rhythm skating options include parfaits and the V line. Then Vanilla also has their inline skating models. So boom, we got our speed skating models. And when I say inline skating, there's a big difference between inline skates and inline speed skates. These are competitive inline speed skates. There is a market for it. There's a deep niche for it. However, it is a deep niche. These are the type of skates that you use to skate on the speed skating team at Cates. So, boom. You also have a OG rhythm skate. So, inside of the Vanilla breakdown, you get your premium jam skates, your inline speed skates, you get your budget colorful skate, you get your 120-esque skate, right there 120, and that's it. Those are our options. But if you go to the Riedell site, the first thing is we got to come all the way back to the beginning. I came to Riedell Skates. Before you can get to Riedell roller skates, you got to go through the Riedell Skates website where you can go to ice skates or roller skates. That's a big difference. When I was doing my calculations about how to get, 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, one of the things that I would consistently run into was how to get the market share. Where do you go and where do you find the 100,000 people? When I thought about it and when I started doing some calculations, I realized that you got to cross promote with another style of roller skating. And that's what some of the most popular roller skaters do. Like if you look at rollerbearding, he inline skates and he ice skates. So he's a hockey skater as well as an inline skater. You can do tutorials for both. You can do reviews for both. You can do content for both. You can do comedy for both. You can do lifestyle for both. You can do products for both. And by adding those things up, you get an audience. Right. So Vanilla, let's start with Vanilla. Vanilla is taking advantage of this. Inline speed skating is a niche. Quality jam skating is a niche. Godfather S skates, niche. Budget rhythm skates that are colorful, lifestyle, niche. Riedell got ice. Riedell is doing that same thing, but their first division starts with a completely different medium, with a completely different audience, with a completely different seasonal breakdown, with a completely different set of needs. That break down into its own completely different sets of things. Competitive ice skates versus developmental ice skates. Do they got a team? Can you get on the Riedell ice team? How much is a pair of ice skates? Sheesh. Sheesh, of course. Sheesh, look at these. You getting hit for that. You getting hit for that. Boot only. You getting hit for it. Let's look at the blades. How much the blades be? Oh, Lord. Ain't no way. Skating level double and triples. Now I officially understand when people be talking about getting beginner skates, because imagine getting ice skating blades to do doubles and triples. It's your first pair of ice skates. You bought some that was going to let you do doubles and triples. Falling is not failure. Nobody ever bought their first pair of ice skates and then tried to be an expert at it. Imagine making a beginner ice skating tutorial. They will smack you upside the head and tell you to leave the rink. No, you cannot make that here. Let's shop roller. I don't know. So when we come to the Riedell roller side, let's break down all the different aspects that they're hitting with roller skating. Outdoor, market. Rhythm in the rink, market. Derby, market. Maybe one of the most valuable, under respected markets ever, the Derby market. These ladies per skater spend more than possibly any other style. Pads, skates, Derby skates expensive, and they got to get lessons. They get lessons, they travel. It becomes their whole life. Name another type of skater that's still making it their life. My life changed. Because I started rhythm skating. You probably went to Crystals 2-3 times, quit. Nobody said, oh, you quit. Why'd you quit? They said, I understand. You quit at the fresh meat, you're getting a call. So we got outdoor, rink and speed, rhythm, derby, artistic. This is like selling ice skates again. Vanilla is kind of selling ice skates and artistic skates if we were thinking about it as a scale of skates. But Riedell is selling the styles inside of all of these skates and then selling the styles inside of all of the other skates. And then it gets deeper. It gets deeper. Let's just go to jam so we can see the side-by-side jam comparison. The Riedell Phase roller skate set and the Riedell Quest roller skate set are the only jam setups on the site. And you want to know how that synergizes on the shelf test? They're not in competition with any of Vanilla's jam skate packages. Vanilla jam skates, they range from $220 to around $400. The Riedell jam setups start at $200 more. Riedell only sells premium jam skates. If we come to the speed set and we start breaking those down, a lot of the speed sets are going to pass for what some people may call jam sets. I'm trying to find it again. I lost it. Oh, here it is. A lot of these rink and speed sets, but even these are carved outside of a range that Vanilla is selling in. And none of them have a flap over top. That's a distinction between rink speed budget sets and then more higher end jam skating sets. So, in summation, in addition to having more, let me say this again because I had to wipe my nose. In addition to having more roller skating options and styles that they sell, Riedell also has a wider range of quality that you can buy. They have more budget skates and they have more higher end skates in every single style that they sell. So it's hard to suggest Vanilla over Riedell unless you're inside of one of Vanilla's niches. One niche that one niche that Vanilla is in that Riedell hasn't touched. Inline skates. And then Vanilla doubles down once again, and these are inline speed skates. This is for a special kind of skater. Vanilla was made for the type of skater that made me want to start roller skating. The people that would come jam skate and then they would have inline speed skates. Well, Riedell doesn't sell inline skates. They don't sell a single pair. Nowhere. They don't sell a budget pair. They don't sell no Impalas on the side. They don't sell no wheels. They don't sell bolts for inline skates. No, they staying in their lane. They good off inline skates. And that's the conversation on quality between brands. It's complicated. It's hard to say which brand has better quality. So it's 11:30. I still haven't ordered any food. So my dilemma. I want to buy $40 of takeout, but deep down inside my soul, I know I don't need $40 of takeout because I'm just going to go to sleep. Burritos, hot dogs, fries, and soda. Four burritos, two hot dogs, fries, and soda. I was going to break them up and eat them in two different sittings.
And speaking of that halftime show, there wasn't.
With all of this being said, I want to talk about the history of Riedell and Vanilla as marketing and competitive competitors. Riedell starts the first jam skating team, and for a long time, they were the dominant team.
Minnesota.
I played that pause again. However, for a long period, competitive jam skating has been dominated by vanilla skates. Signing Tony Zane and Diamond Walker automatically makes Vanilla one of the most successful competitive jam skating outlets of all time because Tony Zane won that many shows. Name a skater that wore Riedell skates that was winning shows during that time. Name the Riedell skaters that were out skating Diamond Walker and Tony Zane from 2005 to 2014 when they got banished to the judges' row. They don't even let them compete anymore. They make them judge everything. To this day, Diamond Walker and Tony Zane are judging every single jam skating competition. I got the scorecards. We can check the scorecards. In addition to doing that, it also comes down to the different shows. Break Skate wears Riedell skates. Most of the members of Break Skate wear Riedell skates. But Tony Zane and Diamond Walker, we could check. We could check to see what they had on for America's Best Dance Crew. Let's go check. Jason was sponsored by Riedell. Beat it. So, boom. That's my only dilemma. And my big question. Here it is. This will be the pick that'll tell me. Tony Zane is wearing his vanillas. Tony Zane has on vanillas. Diamond Walker, these look like vanillas. These are the Diamond Walker skates. Riedell, these are the Riedells. I'm pretty sure just like the $4.95. I know he wears Riedells. This is a surgical breakdown. It ain't done busy.
Shit. Got your ass.
Coming through with it. So why do I need 2 burritos, 2 hot dogs, 2 orders of fries, and a soda? So I can have food when I come home. Tell me why my break started. I can barely tell. I've been at rehearsal all week. I had a snow day and I had so much rehearsal it felt like I didn't even have a break. So before I get into complaining, I'm gonna stop. I am gonna stop. I was at rehearsal and I had a snow day. I just had to say that order out loud. I really had to say that order out loud so I could really understand how ridiculous it was. But the idea of having food later, but is that stuff? I got it. That's not the type of food I want to have later. It's not gonna keep well. I can't afford to wait for the Thai food to come. I'm gonna order hip hop chicken. It's gonna come quick. It's gonna keep well. I'm gonna be able to eat that tomorrow. And I'm gonna be able to come home tonight, be like, okay, and you got a chicken box. So, what happens? Team Riedell organizes first. Riedell has a sponsorship with the biggest roller skating accessory brands like Radar Wheels, one of the largest manufacturers of wheels. Riedell has a factory as well as the other partnerships and the long-term historical recognition. But they did not sign Tony Dane and Diamond Walker. It didn't matter. It was a moot point. So on the day-to-day jam skating, Vanilla was a more popular inside of the dance competitive space. But then if you break down other things, they wore Rydell's in roll bounce. Even Sweetness's team, the breakdancers on Sweetness's team were on Team Riedell and they wore Rydell's. If you don't believe me that Sweetness team wore Rydell's, let's find a picture. Now these is with the ladies. No, this dude right here. Yep, if we can see it, I'm pretty sure these are the low tops. You see he has a fatter jam skating wheels. So back and forth throughout time. Let's come here. Back and forth throughout time, Riedell and Vanilla have had different places in the social zeitgeist. But overall, Riedell has had a stronger presence because it's a larger company with a longer standing history inside of the space. Now, both of the companies are fighting for their own competitive edges in the next generation of roller skating. I remember back in the day, Vanilla only sold jam skates. but now they're selling jam skates and rhythm skates and inline skates. So it's going to be very exciting to see how they come together. Like, let's think about Vanilla versus Impala. Vanilla's kind of like the level right above Impala skates. You got a lifestyle skate. They're selling inlines. It's not very niche. But then you come over to Vanilla, okay, it costs about $200 more. You have a couple of different options. You're going to explore different parts of that niche. But then it's still more serious. Then you can have this all inside of a hierarchy where some of Riedell's skates will come in under around the Impala level. But then afterwards, some of Riedell's skates are coming in on top of Vanilla when it comes to the quality and it comes to the specifications of it all. Well, I want to take an opportunity and check out a news article about Riedell skates being used inside of the Super Bowl so we can see the magnitude of how serious it was for Riedell skates to be inside of the Super Bowl. Did I confirm that Sweetness's team was wearing Riedells yet, though? Bow Wow pretty much had on Riedells. This dude, yeah, this is one of the dudes from Break Skate. Yo, what's up, Usher? We're going to have to watch the actual footage, and that's going to get the whole stream taken down. You going to get a pair? Oh, yep.
Connection you may not have known about.
Gordon Severson visited Red Wing today to check out the roller skates, putting a local company in the national spotlight.
Good afternoon, Riedell Skates.
On a typical Monday, nearly 100 employees would be hard at work here at Riedell Skates.
Very proud of our employees for the work they've done.
But CEO Bob Rieggelman gave everyone the day off as a thank you.
Bob Rieggelman. I got to listen to this one. Bob Rieggelman. I'm about to have to call down here and tell them, bruh, I just put in an Uber order and I asked for barbecue sauce and hot sauce. Bruh, I need my barbecue sauce. Is that an appropriate message? Is that an appropriate message to send to the Hip Hop Chicken? Could I call and tell them that? Okay, so I ordered from Hip Hop Chicken. I had to order from Hip Hop Chicken. The other stuff, it was going to be a lot more expensive, take a long time, not keep well, just be silly.
Custom roller skates Usher and his team wore during the Super Bowl halftime show.
They reached out to us in October and said, hey, would you be willing to collaborate on a project? Can't tell you what it is.
The team had 3 short months to design and build the skates by hand.
It's the suede.
Working with Usher's team to find the right colors and fit.
And this is a knife cutter, computerized knife cutter. They punch it in, they can lay it.
Let's run this from the beginning. So like so I don't talk all over it.
And speaking of that halftime show, there was a Minnesota connection you may not have known about.
Gordon Severson visited Red Wing today to check out the roller skates, putting a local company in the national spotlight.
Good afternoon, Riedell Skates.
On a
That joint is small. I expected it to be bigger.
typical Monday, nearly 100 employees would be hard at work here at Riedell Skates.
Very proud of our employees for the work they've done.
But CEO Bob Riggleman gave everyone the day off as a thank you for creating these.
Well, these are actually the skates that we built for Usher.
Custom roller skates Usher and his team wore during the Super Bowl halftime show.
They reached out to us in October and said, hey, would you be willing to collaborate on a project? Can't tell you what it is.
The team had 3 short months to design and build the skates by hand.
It's the suede.
Working with Usher's team to find the right colors and fit.
And this is a knife cutter, computerized knife cutter that punch it in.
Y'all see the lasers? They got lasers, bruh. That's a laser.
And this is a knife cutter, computerized knife cutter that punch it in. They can lay it
AI machine
out,
making
cuts all the
boot
pieces
carvers.
out.
They also had to make the skates easy to put on and take off.
One of the key features of this product is we've developed and put a zipper in it so that Usher could quick change.
And it's not the
A
first
zipper
time
so
a famous
Usher can
person
quick
has
change,
worn a
that's
pair of their
cool.
skates. They have made custom ice skates for Olympians like Michelle Kwan. Also, their roller skates have appeared in movies. Margot Robbie wore a pair in the
See, it appeared in movies. Look, it's what I was saying. I missed some of these. Birds of Prey.
movie Birds of Prey, and one of their ice skates made an
quality is
appearance
through the
with Tom
roof.
Hanks in the movie Castaway. He actually used one of
Oh,
those skates
used
to
it
remove
in
his own tooth
Castaway?
on
That's
that
wild.
deserted island. And now, Usher.
It always helps when you've got someone with Usher's selling power to get behind it and to help promote it.
To bring roller skating to a new generation, sharing the legacy of a 4th-generation Minnesota company.
Anything we can do to showcase our products, showcase what we do here, and move forward the sport of roller skating, we're all for it.
In Red Wing, Gordon Severson, KARE 11 News.
So boom. And this is the Riedell at the team. This is the Riedell team at Nationals. That was cool. So on the path of judging the difference between the quality of the skates, I wanted to take a look at another creator's video to see how another creator would describe the difference between lower end Riedells and higher end Riedells. Let me say that again. I wanted to take a look at a video comparing low and high end quad skates from VNLA and Riedell, because this skater took an opportunity to get the skates and actively review them himself. So this is going to help us get a even more in-depth idea about the difference between quality in these two skate brands.
Wanted to make a video of sharing and comparing my new Riedell 395 skates. That's the box to come in, and these are the beautiful bad boys.
Yep, I used to have those.
It's a close up. There's a
Brand
truck
new
with
out
the
the
fused
box,
trucks.
that reactor plate.
The Sure Grip Monza 395. I polished the insides up. They're kind of dirty right now. Went skating the other day. I got the hardness cushions. Got those on Amazon. They fit great. These are from the range of the boot itself, $400. Then the trucks, I think, 200 something, maybe 1 something. Depends where you get it from. Yeah, I got about 8 something in this. But yeah, I love these skates. I've had them for about 3 weeks. Probably the best skates I've ever owned. My next pair is gonna be a Riedell 495 and a pair of 595s. So, but I'm gonna custom color lab those, and it's gonna not be black. I just went with the black looks because it's clean, looks great. And I want to show you my old skates. These are the vanillas. The silver with the red Velcro comes over the laces. It's like a lace cover. It's got like carbon fiber on it. It came with sure grip wheels. These are all stock. I didn't do nothing to these. Sure grip wheels. They're kind of wore down, as you can see. Original bearings, vanilla bearings. They're all right. Reminds me of the Back to the Future boot. These are a really thick boot. It's a jam skate also. It's really nice. These are more affordable skates. These run about $230 to $250. Yeah, you can get these on Vanilla's website. You can get them on Amazon anywhere, or at your local skate shop. Other than that, yeah, we're gonna show some clips and show you what they can do.
Out his back pocket. This is the type of skater I really am. Rag out the back pocket. This is copyrighted music. It was fun while it lasted.
This is the pros. Durable boot, awesome boot. Takes about 3 to 4, basically a month to break in. The break-in period does suck. It's a wider boot.
The breaking period does suck.
A little bit tight at the front, so if you have wide feet, same for you. But if you don't, it's a great boot. Other than that, the wheels, they're good for about a year. The sure grip wheels, they're good unless you skate on them really hard. The truck is great. Everything in this has lasted me a long time, and I skate on them really hard. Like this boot, a little dinged up, but as you can see, it does pretty good. The wheels are still there. Still rides great. So smooth. Now the cons about this boot is really, really tight on your foot if you have a wide foot, and I do have a wide foot, so I had to switch them. Other than that, there's really nothing else I can say. For $250 to $230 to $250, you can't really go wrong with it. It's a really, really nice beginner jam skate. Now this is a Vanilla Junior, so this is like the beginner, but they do have a pro series and a pro line that goes up to about $550, and I've seen them. I've heard they're really good boots, but they're really heavy. So if you like a light boot, these aren't for you.
The Riedells I had, not the Riedells. The Vanillas that I had the pro boot. It looks like he has the junior boot.
But other than that, you want something, you want to get on the floor, back out with your friends or whatever, like you used to when you were younger, out with your buddies. This is a great skate. $230, $250, or your local skate shop. They'll probably maybe sell it, give you a better deal. Great skate. Can't go wrong with them. Now this is my Riedell 395.
Now
love this skate.
Let's hear about the 395s.
There's really nothing bad about this. Well, the only con is you spend so much money on this boot, and they give you a really, really thin insole. Like
really thin insole.
Really, really thin. Like
That $3.95 is paper thin, bro. On bro. That $3.95 is paper thin. It don't even have like a way to pull it on. You see these straps in the back? And this is how you pull it onto your foot. That boot is thin.
Basically, it's literally like cardboard. It's not comfortable at all.
It's not comfortable at all. And you can feel the bolts. You can feel each turn. I remember like wanting extra socks. Like my joint is shaking. Shaking.
Sorry guys, my video cut out. As I was saying, yeah, you spend all that money on there and they give you a really, really thin sole. It's like cardboard. It's not really comfortable. You can feel the bolt underneath it on the boot. But other than that, that's the only con about this. The pro is you get to build this boot. It does not come as like a full boot, you know, like a kit. It comes, or as a complete boot. You have to buy the boot. You can pick the option to customize it. It's called Color Lab. You can make any of this boot any color you want.
Them laces. Them laces that the joint come with. The combination of the way that the leather of the boot comes together and the way that the laces come together, it's finicky. It feel like putting a Chuck Taylor on. Your laces can get tangled. Those laces will get tangled.
Sure Grip wheels. It's a 98A. It's a hardness. It's a harder wheel. I'm a bigger guy, so I need a harder wheel.
And like, let's look at this right here. The way that your toe hang off the front of the plate on this boot is different than having like the vanilla, because it's like right there. Like the toe is right, it's flush with the plate.
I add all that stuff on
if your wheel's too small, you can drag your $3.95 on the ground. Like, it'll drag.
$870, something like that altogether. But if you like doing it, I'd stick with it, and this is a great boot to have. My next one is a $4.95 and a $5.95.
$4.95. I said $3.95.
Basically the same thing, just without the tongue cover. But I just love the look of them. I can't get enough of them. But yeah, like I was saying, if you want to get in a jam skating and you want to stick with a budget-friendly skate, go with the Vanilla Juniors. Or the Vanilla Pro line. I have a couple buddies that have them. They like them. I never really was fond of them. They're heavy. But this, I'll never get rid of this. This is a great skate. I love it. But I'm in love with my 395s, and I'll just keep going Riedell. I used to have Riedell back in the day, the old school. My grandma gave me a pair when I was younger. I grew out of them, and I just got back in skating about.
I'm trying to remember what I did with my 495s. Like, I cannot for the life of me remember what I did with my 495s. I think, yes, I do. I broke them. I was skating outdoors on the north side in Gwinnett County, up and down hills. And I was doing hard corners on them, and I like tore the plates off, and I scratched the boot in a way. I was like, you broke the plate, and it's broke the integrity of this boot. You're not going to be able to use this. So I had to let my 495s go. Those were the skates I was skating in 2022. I just had to take a second and breathe and think about life. Just look at all of the blessings. So, boom. Now that we've had an opportunity to break down the different skates and look at the different places that they've been used inside of the media, I'm not completely sure the next aspect I want to talk about, but I do have a playlist. Oh, I looked at the Sonic one on the last one. Hello. I want to come back and I want to look at these earning reports again because the last time I checked in on them, do I need an account? Let's take a look at the founders. In 1945, Paul Riedell and his wife Sophie founded Riedell Skates with one goal in mind: to produce and offer only the finest quality skates available in the market. By manufacturing only top quality, handcrafted skating boots in Red Wing, Minnesota, our founders built a reputation for supplying the world's best skates with exceptional fit and comfort. A member of both the Ice and Roller Skating Halls of Fame, Paul also desired to make skating available to people of all ages and abilities, not just the pros. The result was comfortable and affordable skates that incorporated the same attention to detail and quality found in every Riedell product. Whether you're interested in comfortable skate that accentuates your style or are looking to gain a competitive edge, we have the skate for you. In addition to providing the best products possible to skaters everywhere, the Riedells committed to making sure ice and roller rinks across the nation were stocked with high quality rental skates. It's a legacy we proud to carry on to this day, more than 70 years later. We are proud. I know it said are. So that's the founding of Riedell. Now let's take a little bit of a trip down memory lane. I need to get some water. Excuse me. About the founder of Vanilla. The Riedell 495 looks so sweet. It looks so sweet. I remember looking at the 495 as a child that could not afford a 495, that thought $400 to $500 was a ludicrous amount of money to have, let alone spend on a pair of skates. I remember the first time I spent $600 on a pair of skates. I told my friend, he thought it was the dumbest idea. Just want them as shoes. Says he just wants them as shoes. The 495. I gotta let everybody see this one. I'm just thinking how they would bend without the roller skate boot part. That's the one thing I see when I see roller skates. Sometimes I'll be like, man, this would be a nice shoe. Then I touch the bottom. But I guess we could just give them a different bottom. Oh, yeah. My current first custom pairs. Oh, you talking customs. That's different. You want to see some real anchoring? Ah, ha, 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 ha. I remember. I got the screenshots downloaded. How much you think these skates are? Drop it in the chat. I'm about to go fill my cup up with some water. I want a real guess. How much do you think these skates are? Some roller inlines. Huh. So we got somebody with some small prior knowledge. I bet you think $600 is a lot of money. At least enough to get you a decent pair of inline skates. But like, how could it be more than $600? That's real. I want to highlight your comment before we move to the next thing because this is something that I say a lot too. I'm working on getting my comments up on the screen while I'm talking, but for right now, I'm screenshotting. I found that vanilla skates were better for wider feet. I wanted them to fit so bad, but my feet were too narrow. Wow, my feet are wide. So my Riedell skates used to beat my toes up. Oh, they would beat my toes up. Beat them up. They was just too small. It's time for the reveal. Let's start off at the cheap model. 1,300 plus USD. Easiest way to tell if somebody is broke. Only broke people wear the cheapest Cartier frames. Rich people wear one of the ones in the middle. If you have to buy the bottom one, it's because you're a brokey. So since we're not brokies, let's keep looking at the price of wizard skates. So at least $1,500. No, it's not. No, it's not. Here we go. Don't you LOL me, Rachel? That's what it costs to start wizard skating. If you don't have 2 racks, stay your broke ass in the house. Don't come to my skate meetup if you don't have these on. That's not unreasonable. Because I was saying that it was similar to a custom setup too. I feel like sometimes people be selling with the custom gear. I'm gonna keep it real. It be advanced beginners dropping 13, 14K on custom setups 95% of the time. Feels better come with Apple Care Plus. It's wild, not plus. Apple Care Plus, not regular Apple Care. Man, I better have good Apple Care. The Unity boot with the Color Lab is like $1,200. I'm trying to find the exact number on the cost of the Color Lab, but yes, that's what I'm getting at. You can get custom Riedells with the Arias plates for brokey inline skate prices. Yes. Seeing how much wizard skates were made me think like, bro, stop being cheap and just get the 3,200. I've been putting off getting the 3,200. Every time I go to the rink and I see somebody hit a slide, I'd be like, you would get on them if you got a 3,200 because your boot would be stiff enough. Just go get a 3,200. You can get it Color Lab. You can put whatever colors you wanted on it. It'd be crazy. And when I tell you that was a tangent that had nothing to do with Riedell versus Vanilla. One thing is, you can't color lab with a pair of vanillas. You cannot color lab a pair of vanillas. It is not an option. Not a single one.
Do you have like a size 14?
Because you could get the 3200 wide. That's an option. Messing them carrots up. Let me find this article. Yeah, you can't get it. You can't get the 1300, 3200 in size 14 though. That's the one limitation. Here we go. Let's get this into the folder. Sound like it's very ironic. People are always talking about keeping roller skating old school. We use so much technology in our skates that did not exist when skating came out. Blind order customs is a wild decision. $1,500 on a Google form is wild. Just trust that Riedell's going to send you the right one. Scariest thing ever. Buying roller skates off of a website. Okay. Drudge grants restraining order against former Lenexa executive. What did he say? Lenexa-based RC Sports Incorporated was granted a restraining order against a former executive and board member who was fired after being accused of engaging in inappropriate SC with company contractors, including minors. Dun, 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 dun. RC Sports sought the restraining order because the defendant is in sole control of its most important computer passwords and allegedly has been accessing proprietary information and trade secrets, apparently using it to set up a... Chill out, boy. Bro, mad libbing. I ain't finished the sentence. He said, this is what they setting up. Not one of these. Anything but this. We got to keep going. RC Sports is an employee company that calls itself the world's largest roller sports distributor and wholesaler. It hired Michael Lurkey in 2008 and made him its chief operating officer in 2013. He was also a member of the company's board, but has been removed. Part of Lurkey's job included maintaining RC Sports Password's login, hosting, and other vital information for company websites, email accounts, social media, and other accounts, including passwords for its servers, which held crucial and proprietary company data and trade secrets. His job also entailed working closely with RC Sports product demonstration teams. Sometime around November 10th, RC Sports received complaints that Lurkey was engaging in inappropriate SC with contract laborers who were part of the product demonstration team, including some who were minors. The company said Lurkey was accused of transmitting explicit messages to male contract skaters, texting photographs of his no-no square to male contract skaters without their consent, offering male contract skaters money in exchange for favors. Rachel, somebody told me that's how it was pronounced on the last stream. First off, the signs were right there. Y'all don't understand how hard this really is. That's the part of being a streamer that nobody ever tells you about. What were the signs? Maybe because I'm reading, I'm not comprehending the signs. RC Sports said it immediately tried to contact Lurkey to discuss the accusations, but Lurkey repeatedly ignored the company's numerous attempts to communicate. He instead left the area and is thought to be residing in Onalaska, Wisconsin. RC Sports continued to try to contact Lurkey, who controlled all of the company's vital passwords, but it was to no avail. Excuse me. His name is Lurkey. So my food is continuing to get delayed. Michael Lurking. Honestly, when you put it like that, I don't know why I didn't see it earlier. It's like Professor Umbridge from Harry Potter. Of course she got an attitude. I just wasn't comprehending it. I hadn't checked out my SAT words. However, but it was to no avail. RC Sports continued to try to contact Lurkey, who controlled all the company's vital passwords, but it was to no avail. On November 20th, the company terminated Lurkey for calls and demanded in writing that Lurkey honor his post-employment legal obligations to the company, an agreement Lurkey signed on November 21st. However, Lurkey failed to return all the requested company-owned items and information. Instead, RC Sports alleges Lurkey repeatedly continued to access the company's servers, email accounts, social media accounts, and other sites without authorizations. I gotta get some more water. If I wasn't on stream, I should have went to Hip Hop Chicken and got this myself because I could tell. And I want to do this on stream so everybody can see and I can show you that I'm not kidding. I don't think anybody thinks that I'm kidding when I say this. They are not about to give me that hot sauce and that barbecue sauce because I did a online order. Because I ordered it for delivery and I didn't walk in there and show them my face, they're not going to put it in the bag. But if I had called down there and said, guys, I didn't have time to get the 5 mix today. I need the delivery. Please, bruh. Please put that hot sauce and barbecue sauce. I should call. Bro, I'm about to call, bruh. Stealing the wizard money so he could afford the skates is crazy, man. That is a wild accusation. But if you stole the wizard skates money, Rachel, you know it's not a game. They know me. They know me, bro. If I call them, they're gonna be like, oh, let's do it for bro. I need some water. I always forget the sauces. My God. Man, the thing with a call-in order, I wouldn't even be reading them joints to put the sauces in the bag. And y'all have not heard any of that. Oh, falling. Because his name starts with falling. It takes me a little bit of time to process stuff sometimes. As a result of Lurkey's unlawful and torturous actions, RC Sports has been irreparably harmed and financially damaged in that Lurkey has taken the investment, time, money, and confidence reposed in him by RC Sports together with RC Sports trade information, access information and proprietary content, and unlawfully and willfully blocked RC Sports access to its computer servers and other related equipment. The company wrote in the court filing, in light of Lurkey's actions, RC Sports will be further harmed by loss of customers and businesses if its custody, control, and possession of its access information are not immediately restored. RC Sports has granted the temporary restraining order on Tuesday. RC Sports was granted the temporary restraining order on Tuesday. To date, Lurkey has not responded to any of the court filings and does not have a lawyer or phone number listed in the case. He could not be reached for comment. What time is the class? And skate aerobics? That sounds new and fun. And typing muted. If you're typing muted, I know you understand what it's like to real life be reading muted. RC Sports was granted. Okay, I read that. Lurkey lists himself on LinkedIn and Google Plus as the president and CEO of VNLA Skating Company in La Crosse, Wisconsin. The company name does not appear as a registered corporate entity on the website for the Wisconsin Department of Financial Institutions. What did you say? Oh, Xanadu. I think I know where that is in concept. What did you say? What did you say? This was in 2015. And as we could tell from the article, this man is no longer involved in the company. They got him out of there expeditiously. Post haste. They said, bro, you got to go. And then they levied legal action immediately. They were not with that. They said, hey, bro. You know what I really thought about? And I haven't had a dream this strong and so long. Is this where the rebrand steps in? I think that's exactly where the rebrand steps in.
Oh, hell no! Hell no! No! Oh, hell no! Michael, no!
Isn't that what life's all about? Michael, no. It's crazy. Michael, no. Oh, hell no. I hate that stuff, man. Okay, let me finish the statement. Is it being corrupt and going to wild parties the only thing there is in life? Have you ever noticed that that's the only thing that Hollywood sells? All the celebrities and people look up to them, think their life is more glamorous because they go to expensive leisurely events and do extravagant things that often involve drugs and sex. Have you ever took a step back and realized you got lacking? You know, the thing is, Michael did stuff in using his job that he could have done off work for free without consequence. Ain't nothing wrong with living your lifestyle, but there is something wrong with going to your job and talking to minors. It's crazy. I gotta go get this food. Yeah, except the minors part. You know, I forgot that. I forgot that he did it with minors. I forgot that. I'm like, bruh, come on. I don't know what it is with these dudes and minors. Like, hey, it's like everybody these days. Michael Jackson, we love you. Stop it. Hey, that was an. Yeah, I gotta go. Black. The dude messaged me a couple seconds ago. Have a great lunch. Nah, I'm about to confirm or deny whether if they put that sauce in the bag, and then I'm getting on stream. Hopefully they not playing. So, Boss Tweezy. Boss Tweezy. Boss Tweezy. Yeah, all skate weekend, all black skate weekend here in the DMV. It's pretty fun. Which rink you skate at? I mean, I'm on a tangent right now because I think that you said something that brought a little bit of positivity into my day. I'm having a positive day, but something just happened that kind of made me very, very mad. A couple things happened that made me very, very mad. This isn't what I ordered. I ordered something completely different. They brought something completely different. First thing I noticed. Second thing that I noticed, they did not include the barbecue sauce. My favorite part about hip hop chicken is the barbecue sauce. Yes, this is a random box of fried food. And this is approximately, they brought hot sauce. The hot sauce is pretty good too. I don't know how I'm gonna fit that story in about the founder of Vanilla Skates, or maybe he wasn't the founder. Let's talk about RC Sports. Is the world's #1 roller skates brand and distributor. Roller Skate Nation, ran by RC Sports. I think I just found the roller skating Illuminati. Sure Grip. Let's see. They got the vanilla models on here. Now I have to investigate RC Sports. Oh, Lenexia. I understand it now. So when we say that somebody involved with Vanilla Skates did that, is it fair for me to say in the founder of Vanilla Skates, he was a high-ranking executive. He had so many passwords that it negatively affected the company because he was still doing things with this password access. I know how I want to finish the stream off. I've been doing research for the fall of Moda, and the creators of Moda Skates were Doug and Julie Glass. Doug and Julie Glass were world-class inline speed skaters, and they were at the top of the sports for years. So they took an opportunity to make some YouTube videos about their different endeavors as well as inline skating, and they are super educational. I want to watch a couple of them as well as some biographies on Julie Glass so we can learn a little bit more about who she was, what she helped create inside of roller skating, and then it's going to help us understand why it was so impactful when she flew off the deep end with them Blue Lives Matter skates. This is kind of like the first time a roller skater pulled an Indy Jamma Jones. She was Indy Jamma Jones before there was an Indy Jamma Jones. Not flew off the deep end. I don't want to pull a Sonny Liston and, insult people, but I'm in the streets. Call me Indiana Jones. I was going to say Indy Gemma Jones. I'm in the skate park. Call me Indy Gemma Jones. "16-time world champion, mother of 3. Let's hear her talk about the early days of roller derby.
Derby resurged in Texas back in early 2003.
She had a podcast set up before a lot of people.
I started hearing about the
Indy
sport.
Gemma
I lived in
Jones
the
getting
Pacific
started.
Northwest in Seattle at the time, and I started hearing about the sport. But we were super entrenched in inline at that time. I ended up going to watch a couple bouts with some old speed skater friends, and these are brand new girls just learning how to skate. So when I first watched it, I was like, wow. This is cool. I love that they're on roller skates, but I don't know if I can get into this, because they're kind of skating straight up and they can barely skate. So if I went out there,
just want to throw in there. I went with her, and go ahead.
He said, "I don't want you to.
So you
I
do
don't want
look
you to do
fun.
the sport right now.
Well,
right now.
I don't want to do the sport, and I really don't want to actually make products for this sport. That was where I was at that time. This is fishnets, and we barely know how to skate, right? This is the really early days. Well, actually, that wasn't what fishnets are okay.
Oh,
they were fighting. They were pulling hair. This was still during the time when Derby was like WWE. A lot of acting going on, and I was like, "What is going on out here? These guys are like over. They're fighting." But I guess it was all pre-played and stuff like this. So that was really early Derby.
Yeah.
Then.
Okay.
Then he went to regional or whatever.
Yeah. So I decided to start a family. I had twins in 2007. In 2008, we had just entered the wheel market as Adam. And actually, Quadzilla worked for us. And the Nationals happened to be in Portland that year. And we're not doing too well in this market at this time. We're like really struggling. We're losing money actually by staying in the market at this time. We were spending more on travel and marketing and development than.
This is a really good one because it's talking about their endeavors. It's talking about how they're expanded. And I really like the way that Doug added that I don't want to get in on this because it's showing us another person from the skate game that's looking to expand and keep their business going by branching out into other niches. And also, I think this is a really good connection piece for roller derby because I've been studying roller derby and how flat track really takes off. So she's a good resource for that.
Was coming back to us. And so we're like, you know what, let's give this one more year. I went to Nationals in Portland in 2008. I was blown away. I mean, what happened when I was gone from 2003 when it first started to 2008, these girls they could skate. I mean, they could skate well. I didn't really understand the game, but I loved the enthusiasm. You could already see the athleticism.
The energy was
the energy in
amazing.
The building. I mean, it was a production. I mean, compared to what I'm used to in inline speed, where it's more about, it's like watching road cycling. It's just a totally different vibe. So what I saw, I wanted to be a part of it. So I told Doug at Nationals, I'm skating, and
one of her first coaches actually was there coaching a derby team, and shedded a lot of light too as well.
Yeah, Rob Dunn was my inline coach, and he was coaching Detroit Derby girls. They weren't competing there, but he was there scouting and just watching and learning, because he's a coach. And the passion that he had for it, when he talked to me about it, that's when I knew I have to get involved here. Like, not only do I now want to get involved in product, I want to play this sport. And so I came up with the name Atomatrix, and I started skating in October, November, right after the champs. I started skating with the Ole Rollers, who were a lot of former speed skaters like myself and world-class hockey players. We had a ton of talent. We didn't understand the rules and yada yada as much, but we ended up having a Cinderella season. Luckily, Rose City Rollers gave us an opportunity to play them because we were unranked at the time. They were a top 10, and my first bout was against Rose City Rollers.
So this is the start of the Ollie roller dominance. I was calling them the Ollie rollers. Inside of the Fall of Moda, we talk about how public opinion changes about the Ollie rollers. And she's describing about why they were so dominant. Excuse me. They were former speed skaters and hockey skaters. They getting skate. I'm about to get some ketchup. I need some packets. They might be in my pocket.
I was like a deer in headlights, but we pulled it through. We ended up winning. It was a last jam situation. We ended up, we were.
So for the skates, nobody even talks about, or I haven't even seen people talk about how they sold the skates or the offering. I think they just released the idea that they were going to sell them. And then after that, the backlash for that was enough for them to say, you know what, it's over.
We're total underdogs. So to go in there and win and then just go on and to win the whole season, it was like, I get goosebumps talking about it. Like, it was so unexpected. And it was a dream, really. It was one of the best years of my life in 2009. Everything was good. And then on the business side, that was another thing. I got to get super entrenched in product. As soon as I skated my first practice,
She changed the whole product line.
Oh yeah, overnight. I'm like, no, this product's wrong. So we're gonna go with more narrow wheels because the 62s are made for speed skating. 62 by 41 are made for the old speed days.
62 by 44.
I'm sorry, 62 by 44.
I think she started playing roller derby because she knew that she could do it better than them. And then looking at it and looking at the way that they won, there's like a line where she decides not to play ice, where she's like, you know what? I could ice skate, but I don't have it in me to compete in ice skating the way I need to compete in ice skating. Derby's different. She had a chance to be a derby champion. She said, hey, yo, they're soft. They're sweet for it.
That's made for
ice
a larger track, bigger strides, and it was locking my shins up, and I'm an athlete. Like, I'm not just...
We actually had, again, there was a little bit of fortune that took place. We had a girl named Danny Lewis that actually is a hockey player, and she asked me to cut down a set of wheels for her. And we did, and then she wore them. And she's like, wow, this makes a difference. So she did it, she actually did it for hockey purposes. So roller hockey was already wearing some 59s, but nobody in Derby knew what a 59 millimeter wheel was. So we tried them, and then we ended up, like she said, she changed the whole line. Not the whole line, but a huge part of the line went to 59s. And that was a big 59 by 38 versus 62 by 44. It was a game changer in the wheel market.
So boom. They got a whole series. And as I'm looking through this series, like, I started off looking for things to talk about Moda with, but I really wanted to get the whole story behind Adam Skates and be able to trace the history better. Because, yeah, that's the end of that sentence. History of the world-class skater. Motor.
Why skating for me? I started skating, similar story as Doug, actually. Just love to go to the local skating rink. The owner noticed my talent, and he had a speed club and said, I want you to skate, and I'll give you free lessons if you start. And my mom put up a little fight. She didn't want me to miss church on Sundays, so we had to work around that. But I just fell in love with the sport. And I did everything when I was little. I did tennis, I did swimming, basketball, volleyball, and I continued to do those sports through junior high and a little bit in high school. But eventually skating just took over. My first 3 years, so I started competing at 10, and that was in 1989. The first 3 years, again, was quads, and then it switched over to inline, which is actually a perfect age for me because I was young enough where it was to change that early wasn't that big a deal.
Her era led the curve.
Yeah. So when I was 15, I went to World Team Trials. Didn't go so well. Got lapped off the track. The next year, that's all I could think about was worlds. I need to make the world team, and I did. I came back. I won the trials as a 16-year-old and went on to win my first world title in Australia in 1995. And I just fell in love with the sport.
She's really like a feminist icon. She really about that. She's listed on the X Games under her maiden name. Julie Brunt won an X Game title. Julie Glass didn't win that. It's one of them rough and tumble gals. Dawn is speed skating.
Why skates? I guess it's been a part of my entire life.
That's the only thing we've both ever done.
It's all I've ever done, and it's been my passion, still my passion. Inline speed skating is still in my blood. It'll never leave my blood. And there will be a time when Moda actually gets very entrenched back into the inline side of things, but it's...
He says inline speed skating, but when he started, it was quad speed skating, and then when he was on the world team, also 86 and 91, it was all quad skating. But when we launched our company in the early 90s, everybody remembers the inline boom. Everyone skated on inlines. When we opened our first company, it was inline because that was the thing. There was still roller rink skating, but what our passion was, I was at that time on the world team, and so that was our passion. He actually was one of the pioneers of inline skating.
I was one of the, I think, I could probably say the first inline speed skater in, was it 91?
Yeah.
91. I was on inlines, only one on inlines. And again, that goes back to Tom Peterson. Tom Peterson basically called me up and said, I need you to come try something. And I went to the Hyper company, and he goes, put these on. And I looked at him like, you can't skate in these.
You really, can't turn in these. That's literally word for word. You can't turn in these. I can't start in these.
He goes, well, you sleep in them, you eat in them, you keep them on, you don't take them off your feet, and I'm sending you. He's sending me to a meet. He's paying for me to go to a meet. This is unheard of. And I'm like, okay, if you're going to pay for me, he's not paying me, he's paying my way, okay? He's giving me the support to get to this event. At this time, no one ever heard of stuff like this. And I'm like, all right, I'll do my best. And I went there and won the event.
And I was back in Michigan. This is like in my early days in my career, and I heard about this skater that was in Florida on these funky skates that we all needed to learn how to skate on now at this point because they are that much faster.
I didn't know how to get off the start. I toe picked, goes dead last on the start, had to pass everybody on the outside because I didn't know how to pass inside yet. I was still learning how to skate in these things. Passed everybody on the outside, but you could go so much faster. It's like a motorcycle versus a car in a turn. I mean, that's a good comparison. You know, a car's going to slide out, and a motorcycle just takes the turn. It was the same thing. So it was a real eye opener. From that point on, everybody's. But there was a meet like 3 months later. It was like 50% inline, 50% quad, and then after that, it was just all inline. It just happened that
And
fast.
even at the world level, quad speed was done. It was over. It was for 2 years. They kept both. So at the 91 and 92 inline worlds. Worlds.
Yeah.
They did a inline category and a quad category, and then as of 93, it was only inline and no more quad.
That is wild. Inline skating killed quad speed skating. Inline speed skating killed quad speed skating. The inline speed skating star killed the quad speed skating star. The inline speed skating star killed the quad speed skating star. Little boss squeezy. It's your boy Dun Beezy, and I've had a great time coming here and eating approximately $25 of snacks, if anybody was counting. I know you may be counting out there. And talking about the difference between Riedell and Vanilla. It was cool getting into the history, talking about the founders, and getting into the difference in quality between these two brands. And no sauce. I'm glad that y'all were able to be here with me to cope with getting the wrong food without sauce. I might go down there and fight one of those guys. We're just going to have to throw hands. And the security guard. I'm going to have to fight the security guard first. Yeah, I hope you have a great day too. Thank you so much for the encouragement. My next stream is going to be on Tuesday because I don't have rehearsal anymore. I might do like an HTML stream, and it's going to be advancing the roller skating almanac. So I look forward to working with everybody and talking with you soon. Until next time,